Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary gzduel, and this is a post YCS update video. So, for this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about what happened at YCS Toronto, what happened to me specifically, and I know a lot of you guys are curious about that. How did I do? Spoiler alert: I did not make it to day 2. I did not make it to top 32, so that was unfortunate for me. But it came with a lot of lessons. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about the game, and I learned a lot about my deck as well. So I did make a lot of changes. You saw the profile that I changed into the deck profile that you saw at the start. It's the deck profile that I will eventually show you guys the changes that I would have made. The deck profile you see currently right now is the deck profile that I actually took to YCS Toronto. So this deck is what I played. And if you want to hear my story for the 8 rounds on day 1, it was a very interesting day. Feel free to tell me that, and I might actually consider showing my face and show my face in like a live video. I'll talk about the stories, talk about first round. I wrote like detailed notes. I wrote like the interaction, some of the judges, some of the judge rulings. We had like 2 judging disputes, and so that was really fun. If you wanted to see that, feel free to drop in the comment section down below, like this video or something like that, just to let me know you want to see that, and I will consider making it. But this video is just to show you what I played at YCS and what I wish I would have played at YCS. So without further ado, the deck goes like this: 3 Effect Veilers, 2 Madolche Hoot Cake, 3 Madolche Mageline, 3 Madolche Messenger Lotto, 2 Madolche Mew, 2 Max C, 2 Swift Scarecrow, 2 TG Striker, 3 TG Werewolf. For spells, we have Book of Moon, Dark Hole, 2 Forbidden Lands, 2 Madolche Chateau, 2 Madolche Ticket, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 Night Beam, 3 Pot of Duality, and 2 Royal Decree. For the side deck, we have 2 DD Crow, 1 Max C, 2 Snowman Eater, 2 Soul Taker, 2 Light Imprisoning Mirror, 2 Mind Drain, 1 Royal Decree, 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, and 1 Soul Drain. For the extra deck, we have 1 Cataster, 1 Barkion, 1 Beast, Dire Wolf, Cowboy, Pearl, Levier, Invoker, 2 of those, 2 Queen Tiramisu, 1 Maestroke, Acid Golem, Black Strip of Corn, and Zen Maze. So this is what I took to YCS, and this is what I wish I would have taken to YCS. As you can see, the main deck didn't change much other than this. I found myself siding out Pot of Dualities, like all 3 Pot of Dualities, and siding in like really better cards like Mind Drain and Royal Decree. And so I asked myself, why did I always do that? Because in two separate instances where I had Pot of Duality and I actually used it, I revealed another Pot of Duality within the 3 cards that I revealed. So it really made me think. When I used to play Pot of Duality at 2, I thought this was a really good card. It helped with the consistency of the deck. You know, it allowed me to go first turn Mageline, normal summon Mageline, search for a card, shrink the deck by 1, and then use Pot of Duality to be able to get something better. Maybe like an MST, maybe like a ticket, so that, you know, once Mageline dies, I'd be able to search for another Madolche piece. Maybe like a Royal Decree, so I can shut off all of the traps. Something. But if I had 3 Pot of Dualities, the chances of me drawing into another Pot of Duality is very, very likely. Since I summon Mageline, I shrink 1 card already. That just increases the likelihood of me getting a Pot of Duality. So I figured that 2 Pot of Duality was enough. And I like Lance because the weakness of Madolches, I realize, is combat. We can't fight for anything. Without our field card, there's no way our monsters are big enough to stand up to like a Yamato or like a Venus or like Blackwing's Shura, Bora, Sirocco, and all of those guys. So without that, without our field card, we're just sitting ducks. Like, you summon a Madolche Mageline first turn, and then your opponent summons Shura, attacks over your Mageline, they get a free search, they get for more attacks. You can't do anything. But if you have Forbidden Lance, it forces them to play that collude, it forces them to play extra cards, so it's actually very worth it. So I would have dropped in a 3rd Forbidden Lance, also because it is such a versatile card. You can protect your Hoot Cake from being bottomless, you can protect like your Hoot Cake from being like skill drained sometimes, and it's just really, really good overall. So I would play a 3rd one. In the side deck, as you can see, a lot of things changed. I took out the third Max C, and I took out the Soul Drain, and I decided I would play Vanity's Emptiness. I really wish I had Vanity's Emptiness, because I probably could have won my second round. My second round. Yes. No. I probably could have won my 7th and 8th round if I had this awesome side deck card. This was like the side deck card of the day. Everybody was playing it at the top, and I can see why. It's very useful. I also changed the Snowman Eaters, and I changed them to Jujutsu Masters, only because I got Jujutsu Masters in real life, and I decided to play this card because I think it's better than Snowman Eaters in a lot of ways. Snowman Eater, I foresee, has only one beneficial effect over Jujutsu Master, is that it has 1900 defense, whereas Jujutsu Master only has 1800 defense. So what that means is, Snowman Eater could potentially stand up to a Neil's Alias. It could potentially stand up to something like a what is that card called? Thunder King Ryo. Stand up to things like a Yamato plus a Tenki. But what I was thinking was, since heroes are kind of unplayable because of the Stratos ban, a lot of people won't be playing Neil's Alias. Thunder King Ryo is limited to 1, so the chances of him coming out is also very unlikely. So I decided I wanted to play this because this card is awesome. It returns cards, okay? It returns cards not only to the hand, not to the hand, but to the deck, to the top of the deck. So it has a really awesome effect because it is potentially causing your opponent to -1 overall because they're drawing, -1 because they're drawing into a card that they've already seen. They're not drawing into any new cards. And I wanted to play this, even though it has 1800 defense only, because a lot of the monsters that are mainstream right now are 1800 defense. What I'm saying is, Yamato without a Tenki is 1800. So, Yamato running into something like a Jujutsu Master is potentially pretty sad for them because they can't save it. They can't use Forbidden Dress on it. They can't use the turtle on it because it doesn't target, and it's just pretty awesome because and it gets to send to the top of the deck. So next turn, draw into Yamato, they don't draw into any new card. Shura is 1800 attack. So when Shura attacks Jujutsu Master, your opponent has to ask the question: am I going to drop a Kalut? If I drop a Kalut, my Shura will still be sent to the top of the deck. I might get a search, from the Shura's effect, but I'll just have a face-up weak monster on the field, so that's not good. So it makes them think about that. Against the Evil Swarm, against like problem monsters, this card is also very good. Against Evil Swarm, it would bounce back the Ophion to the extra deck, and I think that's better than sending Ophion to the graveyard sometimes, because if your opponent has Cursion will just banish the Evil Swarm Ophion from the graveyard and be able to add something like Caster or Thunderbird or etc. So I decided I'm going to use this. And I also decided I want to use Forbidden Chalice. Like I said, the deck loses the combat, so increasing my monster's attack is pretty good. Also negates the opponent's effect, so it's like 2 extra effect veilers, plus is a quick play spell card. So once you have things like Royal Decree on the field, or if your opponent has Trap Stun or anything like that, you will still be able to activate this card and negate some really clutch effects. So that's why I play these. And I play Vanity's Emptiness, overall good card. So in the extra deck, the only change I made was I took out Acid Golem and I decided to play a Leviathan Dragon. I'll probably also change this because I never find myself needing a big attack monster for rank 3 exceed. So I might consider this thing right here after seeing the top 32 Madolche deck profile, and that is let's see if I can find it, Engineer. No, I can't find it on Dueling Network, so that's too bad. It's the rank 3 exceed. It's like you can turn one face up monster you control to face up defense position. This turn it cannot be destroyed by card effect or battle. So it's like a Zen mains, but it protects other cards. So that would be pretty good to consider as well. So I might keep the Leviathan Dragon, or I might play that. I don't know yet. it still requires a lot of testing, but this is to show you guys what I played at YCS and what I wish I would have played at YCS. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you want to know my story on day 1 and on day 2, I'm happy to share that. It's a day of struggle, stress, and it was just a lot of fun, self-discovery. If you want to hear my story, feel free to leave a comment, leave a like, and I will update you guys on that. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile, and this is Gary gzduel signing out.